Good morning. I am Ruth Adong. Private sector players in Uganda's tourism industry under the Association of Uganda Tour Operators are engaging with government communicators to improve crisis communication. The discussions aim to address concerns that improper messaging during crisis have negatively impacted tourism performance. Tourism is one of Uganda's key economic sectors, with the government aiming to grow its revenue from $500 million to several $billion. However, industry players argue that poor crisis communication has cost some significant business by damaging the country's image abroad. Dennis Ntege, Auto's Secretary General, emphasized that the need for careful crafted communication crisis that protects Uganda's global reputation while serving its intended purpose. He noted that poor messaging often deters tourists, affecting the industry's growth. He also said the engagement seeks to harmonize crisis messaging to prevent misinformation and panic. A section of opposition legislators from the Acholi sub-region have opened up on the reasons behind their recent proposal to hold dialogue with the government. It comes amid speculation that some of the opposition legislators are negotiating to join the ruling NRM party. Since September last year, 10 opposition legislators from the region have been holding meetings with top government officials, among them General Salim Saleh, the chief coordinator of Operation Wealth Creation. PP Okinojara, the Chua West legislator and head of the delegation, have said the purpose of the meetings was to present key proposals of a wide range of socioeconomic issues that have put the region in perpetual decline.
This convergence represents a necessary step in the continuation of an inclusive dialogue process and the restoration of trust, more importantly, the building of the Acholi sub-region that has undergone unprecedented turmoil both locally and globally. We remain fully committed to a progressively negotiated outcome in the coming days that leads to an improvement in the quality of life of all members of the Acholi community by comprehensively addressing the non-military security threats highlighted above. We are grateful to the government for embracing constructive dialogue and look forward to walking the talk in the implementation of the issues that have been agreed.
Human rights activists and defenders have warned that the increasing trend of negotiating compensation for murder victims in Soroti district risks fueling the violence as perpetrators evade justice through informal settlements. Reports indicate that several murder suspects have not been prosecuted after compensating victims' families with money or livestock. The practice has been on the rise and is often driven by pressure to meet burial expenses and settle disputes out of court. In the murder of Christine Acholi on January 26, 2025, the victim's family received 3.3 million shillings for burial expenses and 7 heads of cattle valued at 7 million shillings as compensation. Similarly, the family of Julius Ejangu, a student of Kagwara Seed School who was lynched in Kadungulu sub-county on the 22nd of January, was also compensated in addition to burial costs. According to Deborah Acholi, the Executive Director of Women and Girls Rights Advocacy Uganda, such practices encourage more murders as suspects often use financial settlements to escape prosecution. She notes that once a victim's family receives compensation, cases are frequently abandoned, allowing perpetrators to walk free. Josephine Acholi, the Uganda Human Rights Commission regional officer in Soroti, criticized the informal compensation as a human rights concern, arguing that it denies victims the justice they deserve. The government, through the Ministry of Water and Environment and the National Water and Sewage Corporation, have allocated 7 billion shillings to the Awoja Treatment Center to alleviate the ongoing water crisis in the Teso region. The investment aims to boost daily water production to 10 million litres, enhancing access across Soroti, Amuria, Kalaki and Karamaido districts. A delegation of over 25 members of parliament from the Committee of Natural Resources, led by Herbert Edmond Ariko, the committee chairperson, conducted an oversight visit to assess the service coverage acceleration project. The MPs acknowledged that Teso has been significantly impacted by water shortages and emphasized the need to expand connectivity. Microsoft is officially retiring Skype on May 5th, ending the app's 2-decade run as a pioneer in video calling. The move signals Microsoft's full shift towards Teams, the all-in-one messaging and video platform. Once a dominant force in video communication, Skype has struggled to compete in a market now led by Zoom, Google Meet and FaceTime. Despite seeing some growth during the 2020 lockdown, Skype user base dwindled to 36 million by 2023, while Microsoft Teams surged to 30 million users. Microsoft offered a Skype for Business tier from 2015 to 2021, and after 2021, it prioritized Teams as a messaging and video solution on Windows 11.
That was the news on 88.2 SANU FM.